welcome to this week's edition of Infinity News. I'm your host, Sam Comack.
And I'm your other host, Pati Quispe. We're here to bring you the important news that matters.
Correct me if I'm speaking out of turn, but I think the last week at Hampshire's been a bit quiet.
I think that's perfectly valid thought. Hampshire can be a quiet place for some folks from time to time. However, this past week, Infinity has finished recording our first interview with President Ed Wiggenbach. And it will be uploaded early next week.
The Infinity producers and the creatives finally sat together and decided to host Hampshire's first open air.
Oh, and what might an open air be?
Fantastic question.
Open air will be similar to an open mic, but live streamed to the Googles. All are welcome.
Whether you sing, dance, rant, cry, read poetry, do performance art, or literally anything at all. We had someone spin pens for 10 minutes once, so we urge
everyone to participate. Please. More information on this will be coming soon, so stay tuned and contact us if you're interested.
This weekend in Hampshire news. Even though October 31st has passed, the Neo-Pagan Collective will be hosting an All Hallows Eve celebration.
It will be in the Spiritual Life Center with traditional practices and celebrations.
Like free food.
There's also going to be an open mic in Prescott Tavern tomorrow, November 2nd, hosted by the CLA.
Also with free food.
Salsa Rueda and Tango Club will be meeting on Sunday.
That is the 2nd of November, everyone, from 1 to 3 p.m. in the Small Dance Studio right here on campus.
Nice, it's here on campus. There will be a sex talk and tea on transsexuality next Thursday at 6 p.m. A structured conversation on topics relating to transsexuality facilitated by the Sexperts.
This will be taking place, the place of their regular meeting time, meaning there's still weekly meetings for them after this. Same time, same place. The place being the Center for Feminisms and in the Wellness Center in Enfield.
For the past couple days and continuing into next week, Professors Jola Branner and Abraham Revette are inviting students to participate in the shooting of their film, Mighty Real.
The students will be actors as part of an audience responding to live performers in real time during the 4-day shoot.
Mighty Real chronicles the moment in the life of Sylvester, a singer-songwriter, gender-fluid, black gay man who rose to commercial success during the height of the 70s disco era.
We are both in this class, by the way.
Yes, highly recommend.
Each actor is asked to commit to the entire project, which will run from November 20th to the 22nd, each night from 6 to 10:30 p.m., and November 23rd from 3 to 7:30 p.m. Interested students should contact Jola Branner at dbranner@hampshire.edu no later than Friday, November 8th.
Wow, that sounds like such a fun opportunity, doesn't it, Comac?
You know, it's a big commitment, but it's also a good opportunity. Well, nope, you said that, didn't you?
Yeah, it looks
sorry.
like it's only 4 days of shooting, so
Yeah.
definitely want to commit to it, but it's an amazing opportunity.
Yeah. And it looks good on your resume.
Looks great on a resume. In world news.
Now for world news.
I'm so sorry.
The
situation in Kashmir takes a dire turn as the constitutional changes were announced August 5th to strip Kashmir's autonomy went into effect yesterday.
In support, a group of students who wish to remain anonymous released a short visual piece listing the horrendous acts committed by the Indian military.
Inspired by Apple's campaign, Don't Blink, the piece generated 2 million views across social media platforms.
Before we play the visual, we would like to advise that the piece contains graphic content.
As of October 31st, 1.5 million Kashmiri children have still been out of schools.
With the rise of soldier deployment, Kashmiri educators fear stagnance in the professional, academic, and emotional development of the youth.
To support the cause, you can log on to their website, www.case4kashmir.com. That's www.case4kashmir.com to learn more.
Are they turned on?
एक नए युग की शुरुआत हुई है।
I encourage you all to go help out with the website,
www.cash
Case for Kashmir.
case4kashmir.com.
In national news, the vote to move forward with President Trump's impeachment process passed through the House 232 to 196. Current public opinion seemed to be quite divided. This is just one organization's small poll, and we don't know their methods, but ABC's recent poll of a, quote, random national sample of 1,003 adults says that 49% of surveyed individuals support Trump's removal by 47, while 47% do not wish to see him removed from office.
And the wildfire crisis in California continues to rage on. 14 fires are currently burning across the state, with more than 101,000 acres up in flames in 3 weeks. The newly reported Maria fire is growing fast. This fire has burned 8,060 acres and has not yet been significantly contained at all. PG&E Power has restored power to most of the homes which have lost electricity due to fire-related causes. But as of this morning, 6,700 of their customers are still without power. And now to Comac for Comac's political update.
I'm Comac, and I am here to tell you a little bit about local politics and social issues. Hampshire College, a small liberal arts school known for its political radicalism, among other things. A lot of that radical spirit has gone towards saving Hampshire, a worthy cause, of course, but the lack of visible social justice campaigns or volunteer opportunities on campus really threw me. Are you a burgeoning revolutionary or just a kind person who wants to make a difference and doesn't really know where to begin? After conducting some basic research, this is what I came up with. How can I get involved on campus? Get into CLIP. The Civil Liberties and Public Policy chapter we have at Hampshire meets 5 p.m. through 6:30 p.m. on the first and third Thursdays of every month in Prescott Tavern. They are an organization dedicated to a reproductive justice framework, which is a very broad movement focused on empowering people to take control of their bodies and making the world a better place for people to choose to either have or not have children. This involves climate justice, economic, and racial justice too. There is an awesome CLPP conference in the spring that you can go to as well, as submit a proposal to speak at or lead a discussion/activity. The November deadline is approaching fast. Email Lucy Trainer for more information. The second thing you could do is you could go to a FundCom meeting. If you are concerned about how funding is distributed to our student groups, consider attending a FundCom meeting, which are Tuesdays and Thursdays at the APL from 5 to 6. How can I get involved locally? Well, the Pioneer Valley Workers Center, they're doing great work. Join their effort Sanctuary in the Streets, which they define as, quote, building the infrastructure to stop state violence against working people, including immigrants and people of color, as well as to organize a powerful working class movement. There are various ways you can get involved, as you can see, and the next meeting is November 4th at 6 p.m. through 8 p.m. I also think we should get Hampshire to endorse them officially. See how you can get involved in this and other actions on their website, pvworkerscenter.org. And also, you could try to volunteer at a soup kitchen or a shelter. It's getting cold out, which means an especially different time for food insecure and homeless folks. You could sign up for, in particular, there's Lorraine's, which is a soup kitchen in Chicopee, or Craig's Doors in Amherst, which I'm volunteering at tonight. You could also apply for a social justice related internship in the community, and you can search HampLink for one of those or make an appointment with Cork to find out about opportunities. That's all for now. See you next week, folks. Solidarity forever.
The teleprompter. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's time to talk about some music. Kilo Kish released a very, very cool new single called Bite Me. It is very layered and intense, but a blast. And I hope it's a reflection of the type of album that she has coming our way. It's been a couple years since she released something major. Jelani Ara released his second EP, Helvetica, at the age of 17, which is crazy. You may know him from his single Where We Go from his first album that was released when he was 15. The big ones to look at on this album are Patagonia and Curls, and of course the title track Helvetica. Banafi, who is an Australian producer who I randomly saw with King Princess earlier this year, released her first single, Tennis Fan. It's just the catchiest thing ever. The track is in collaboration with Empress of, who you might have heard of. You might know her track, I Don't Even Smoke Weed, which I was honestly not a big fan of, but her latest single, Wild Girl, which was released in September, I think is really redeeming. Julian Baker also released 2 new tracks, Tokyo, and yeah, teleprompter is really small. And I worship her for her work with Phoebe Bridgers and Lucy Dacus on Boy Genius, which came out earlier this year. And I think her work's just done so gorgeously and so personally. Definitely check her out. And finally, an artist to watch. It's definitely a Boston-based punk band, the Knockups. They're super rad. If you're into Hole, which everyone is around here, definitely check them out. You'll dig them. The Knockups. That's it for this week. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Peace and love.
And we're back with a new episode of What Does It Taste Like? Please help me welcome HampBot.
Beep, 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 yay!
Hi, HampBot.
Yay!
So
It
good
is
to
so
see you.
lovely to be here. Good to see you.
It's been so long since we've had you on Infinity.
I have missed this place.
Yeah.
It's been 427.8 days,
Wow, that's a long
and
time.
it's good to be back.
Yes. What do you have with us here today?
I have the new rice and beans bowl from the Bridge Cafe.
The rice and beans bowl. See, I would have got it myself, but now that it costs $5, I sent the robot to go get it.
Did it used to cost a different price?
Yes, rice and beans used to cost $2.50 at the Bridge. Now they charge $5 for it. However, you do get toppings on it now for $5. They doubled the price, but you get toppings.
There's
So-
5 toppings.
5 toppings, yeah, we had to make the most of our money. So let's dig into this rice and beans. What do you say, HampBot?
I would love to. Spoons are hard for me.
You got this, you got this.
I got this.
Here, let me help you out.
I
Yeah. Yes, you got it. How's those rice and beans?
I sense protein, citric acid, a little bit of salt, leaves. There are leaves in it.
There's definitely leaves. That'd be cilantro.
Ooh. What does this taste like?
Well, I would have to give it a try because last time I had it, it was just rice and beans. Back when it costed $2.50. It's good, you know. The toppings really make the difference. Toppings are important for a balanced meal, wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But also, you can't have a balanced meal if you don't have the money for the meal. So that's something that has been on my mind lately.
I know how you feel. They tried to switch my motor to premium gasoline, and it wasn't working for me.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm. This meal seems so balanced, so full. If only it was as affordable as it once was.
Yeah, you know, hopefully there's something we can do about that. We can talk to people. You know, now that Hampshire College Dining is operates internally, we can make some changes, hopefully, if we talk about it with them.
Beep, beep.
So yeah, while we are here, let's enjoy this rice and beans.
Beep, beep, beep.
Thank you for having us back. And next week we will be back with new food coverage, but this is the final What Does It Taste Like episode. So thank
What
you,
do the-
HampBot.
What do the circles taste like?
Oh, circles are jalapenos, and these are spicy.
Ah. Hot like fire. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, HampBot.
Thank you, Infinity News. And thank you, Bridge Cafe.